So, as I mentioned, this is a session on finding new and easy ways to save on your gas and electric bill from PG&E. I'm James Talea, and I'm with the HomeIntel program that is run by Home Energy Analytics for PG&E. And this session was jointly developed with a local climate advocacy group called Mothers Out Front. That's why they're involved. So I'm going to go through this, and if you wanted to take some, jot down my contact information and the link at the bottom to sign up. You'll see that link again, but I want to make sure that if you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly.
Okay.
So what is HomeIntel? So it's built as an energy efficiency program, energy savings, to help people find ways to save on their bill month after month, finding energy waste or ways to do things more efficiently. We're also adding capabilities to help people who want to electrify, because if you electrify your home away from gas devices to electric devices, if you do it right, it's also more energy efficient and can save money on your bill. So HomeIntel is a free program that's available to anyone who has their own PG&E bill or set of meters, whether they own a home or condo or whether they rent. So we can help renters or owners of residences of all kinds, as long as they have their own PG&E set of meters and get the bill. And what we do at a high level is that we provide a online analysis of all gas and electric usage and costs for everything that's happening in a home. So it's very comprehensive, and so I'll get into more details about it. So then, because we're looking at everything that's happening at home, we can provide customized advice, recommendations on how to save and how to electrify. And we do this via an automated system. And if someone wants, we provide a live person energy coach to help via phone and email. And in some cases, depending on location, we can even visit a home to help. And then on an ongoing basis, we continue to analyze the energy use and costs and help people stay on track and understand how they're doing. So the challenge we're trying to address is people have high bills and they don't know why, or they're trying to electrify. It's a new thing for people. So, boils down to, how do I get control over what's happening with my bill and what's, using energy and costing me money in my home. So overall, the process that we help guide people to understanding their energy use of all the things that are happening in their home, from the home and home systems, as well as all the stuff that they have and the behavior. So it is all encompassing of how, what ends up costing money on someone's bill. So based on that and the analysis, then we help people to investigate and prioritize where are the biggest opportunities to save for, or where, if they're switching off of gas use to electrify, then what's the biggest gas use in their home, and how much is that costing them? And then we're guiding them toward how to take focused action on those priorities and where the biggest opportunities are, and trying to do that and guide people to what's cost effective, what are low and no or cost ways to save, and or ways to upgrade an appliance and make sure that it's going to pay for itself in the energy savings. And then on an ongoing basis, help people track their progress. So how do we do that? What we do is we look at all the data from someone's gas and electric smart meter, hour by hour on the electric side and daily for gas, and then combine that with the cost data that PG&E develops every month before they send you the bill. And so we break this down into these different categories, to help you identify, well, where, you know, what's costing you, you know, what's it cost over the course of the year for heating your home, or cooling your home, or water heating, other things. And we have these categories, and then it this helps to identify where those opportunities, and give the renters or the owners insights into what's going on in their home. And sometimes it's a surprise that where things are costing a lot more money and they didn't even understand or expect that. So we do that, you know, and it enables the renter or owner to then focus on their own energy usage and cost, because this is specific to each home, and it encompasses all of someone's energy usage, whether it be from the home or the apartment, and the systems like the furnace or whatever other devices, all the things inside the home. So for renters, it's all the stuff you own and you brought with you, that you have control over. There's a lot of energy use there that a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of waste typically. So there's some simple ways that I'll talk about shortly. And then how do people run their home and use their stuff is important. So we break people's bills and their annual bill into these different categories, and we look at it month by month as well, and then go from there. So just to then get into some common, simple ways to save that we have helped people with some of the typical patterns. So depending on what people's own analysis is showing, then we, if there's a lot in the category that we call always on the electric side, that's every hour of every day electricity usage from refrigerators or freezers, and then all the electronics around the home. So this is big for a lot of renters, is, you know, all the stuff that are plugged in, as Jeffrey talked about, the plug loads. Recurring are things on timers, some, you know, the other stuff, things on timers, or like lights on timers. And common ways, if this is a higher category for most people, of cost on the bill, it's fairly straightforward. A lot of no and low cost ways that you can cut this this part of your bill, is overall you want to reduce the amount of time that these devices have power going to them, not just turned off at the device, but no power to them, either unplugged, or you can use the on-off switch on a power strip, or use smart plugs and control it with your phone, or smart power strips will automatically help. So there's a lot of ways that we can provide more specifics on how to do these things to save in this area, that are very cheap and easy to do, and it adds up because we all have a lot of devices around our home. For things like a fridge or a freezer, the ways to save is, if your fridge and freezer is old, then it actually is cost effective to replace it if you own the fridge. If you don't own the fridge, then you may have to ask the landlord, but there are other ways to save. So another category of what we call always on the gas side, this is regular use of gas, or daily use of gas. And most of this is water heating. There'll be a little bit of this might be from gas cooking, or a little bit of laundry, but mostly it's the water heater that uses most of the gas on a daily basis. And there's some simple, very easy, no or low cost things that can be done. Very commonly, the water temperature setting on the hot water heater is higher than it needs to be. And what that means is if someone's overheating the water, and you have to mix cold water into it just to be able to use it. And so why overheat it? Why pay more to PG&E if you don't need to? Just heat it just enough so that you can still get the temperature you want. Just mix less cold water into it. If you have a hot water recirculation pump, which can help save water, but and reduce the time you wait for hot water to come out, but it should be on a timer or an on-demand version, and just running only during the time of days that you're getting value out of that pump. And then in the long run, the best option is to switch from if you have a gas water heater, to switch to a high efficiency heat pump electric water heater. It's 3 to 4 times more efficient use of energy, and also cleaner fuel. On the heating and cooling category, some simple and common ways to save is to start with reducing air leakage. And that's basically, you can think of that as weather stripping, caulking, make sure that the fireplace damper is closed, which sometimes it's left open. Make sure your thermostat is properly programmed and not running all the time. Don't leave the fan on. And again, there's a more efficient electric option for heating and cooling a home instead of a gas furnace. And potentially, if you have an air conditioner, you can get one system that does heating and cooling. It's called a heat pump, and that can either be a central system that works through your ducts, or what's called a mini split commonly, that doesn't even use ductwork, and it saves more energy. There are also window versions of these, like window air conditioners, but they do heating and cooling, and there's portable ones if you just want to heat one or cool one room, and they're very efficient, much better than regular space heaters. And then another way to save is to make sure that your systems are running, your air conditioner and or furnace are running properly. You should get regular maintenance done on them. And then just a tactic to reduce overall costs. Even though an electric space heater or a regular type of electric space heater is not very efficient, it can be more cost effective if you're just heating a single room instead of the whole house, and you can turn your central heater down. Also, HomeIntel calculates someone's heating and cooling efficiency, so we can help you figure out whether or not it makes sense to spend much money to try to improve it or not. So we're able to see from all the data that we have on your energy use, we can tell you how efficient or non-efficient your home is, and that can help you make good decisions about whether or not it makes sense to spend much money on that. And we can do that all remotely. In the variable electric category, what that is using the house and using your stuff. And that's when the lights are on, when the TV's on. So what is important here is how long something is on, like a light bulb, or how many hours a day someone watches TV. And then if something is used a lot, like a light bulb in the kitchen, you want to make sure that it's efficient, because a LED light bulb is 6 to 10 times more efficient than a incandescent or halogen light bulb. So it makes sense to replace those when you're using the light bulb at least half an hour a day on average. You're going to save, and it's going to pay for itself in electricity savings on your bill within a year. TVs and computer monitors are similar, and if they're over 8 years old, they're likely to be not very efficient, and a newer one will save you money and pay for itself in about 4 years, roughly. Then there are the induction and cooktops and high efficiency electric dryers are more efficient than other devices. And again, HomeIntel can help guide someone to where the best opportunities are, what's cost effective, where is what you're using energy for, and what's your cost on your bill look different than similar homes. So we can help you focus through that online analysis, provide that customized recommendations and coaching, and then help you see how you're doing over time. And it's a very comprehensive program. Got a short time for any questions. And then I'm going to repeat the presentation for those who joined late or joining the second round. Lori, go ahead.
What if we don't have an electric smart meter?
Then unfortunately, we're not able to do the analysis. we require the smart meter to be able to analyze the data. Otherwise, we don't have data to look at, and we wouldn't be able to help. So most homes have smart meters. There's many apartments that may not have their own meters, but we're not able to help through our program if you don't have your own electric meter, at least, if not electric and gas.
Bummer. Spent a lot of money making sure I didn't get that meter. Thanks.
Well, this is why smart meters were put in place, was to be able to help people better understand their energy use. But it's an individual choice of whether or not you opted out.
Got it.
Any other questions?
James, I have a question. This is Felice Hollingsworth.
Yes.
So how does a tankless water heater compare to the heat pump type of water heater?
A gas, well, there are gas tankless water heaters and electric tankless water heaters. The gas ones are slightly more efficient than a gas tank water heater, but a heat pump, an electric heat pump water heater, is much more efficient for use of energy than either kind of gas, either tank or tankless. A tankless electric water heater is not very efficient because it uses electric resistance heating, like the old style, essentially like a toaster oven or electric space heater. But it does save space, and it doesn't use gas, which is good.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.